Well, hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and you've had some time outdoors. You know, we have summer up here once in a while, but it's short lived usually. But there was a request for how to set up a 3D connection mouse. So a 3D space mouse with 6 degree of freedom. And I'm going to go over it real quick just for the start of this stream. For those of you joining me, thank you very much today. I hope you are relaxed and enjoying the release of 3.10. I know that there's a few mixed reviews on the atmospheric flight, but apparently orbits are back in. Semidot and Diabolus and a few others clued me in that there's a chance we might be able to do actually decoupled orbits, and perhaps we'll be able to do ship-to-ship docking while we're in orbit. I don't know, maybe we'll check it out after this. But for those that are tuning in for how to set this up, and I mean the 6 degree freedom mouse. Here, I'll quickly jump to that. Really quickly. There we go. Oops, that didn't work well. That was a fail. That's okay. I've been out of the loop for a while. But here we go. I will. It doesn't help that I have a left-handed mouse and a right-handed mouse working. Okay. So what it is you're probably wondering, what is this 6 degree freedom mouse that you're talking about, Staro? It's basically a 3dxyon.com, and you could probably see it from the thumbnail. There we go. Let's say United States. And of course they have this mouse, which is nice, but the one I'm talking about are these guys right here under SpaceMouse. And it could be any of these. I use this one, but I also have, I believe, one of these. I believe it's the Pro, yeah. It's nice, it gives you buttons. This one comes with 2. And when you configure it, you use vJoy. vJoy is what I recommend that people use. vJoy. And there you go. You can download it. You have to install this guy. You don't have to go to this one. I believe there's a SourceForge and a few other ones that but ultimately I have the latest one, 2.1, I believe. And then of course, in the video description, there's the link to this guy right here. Open properties and open file locations for this guy right here. So this right here, it's a zip file. Just unpack it. First install vJoy, then configure vJoy for your controller, and then run this guy. So right now, I don't have it running, but every time you just have to run this, which is right here, this guy. And then you can also do the GUI. And also if you right click, you can go open the joystick properties, and then you can actually see it moving around. Up, down, forward, strafe sideways, strafe down, strafe up, yaw right, yaw right, yaw left. And of course, you have forward, backwards, you have pitch forward, pitch back, and roll right and left. And of course, you have the buttons, 1 and 2. You could be actually even keyboard. With vJoy, you could even put these buttons to be a keyboard, like fire or whatever you'd want. So it's pretty straightforward. And then you can also affect the curves and make profiles using this configurator. Now that that's done and you have it running, now you have to run Star Citizen. And of course, we're using live 3.10. And I'm just going to quickly turn my attention to chat. Riddick's here. Ill-gotten gains is here. Intrigued, yes. Now, I don't recommend this for dogfighting. I haven't really used it for dogfighting, but I do it for everything else. My left hand is dedicated for basically camera controls and flights. And when I'm on walking, I could use it, but I don't. I use it for vehicle controls too. But I use a normal mouse on the right hand. So that's pretty much what I do. But now this is like a fresh install. So this is no customizations. The music's going As you can see, the audio's all set up. Cinematic cameras, I want to turn that on, go all the way down, camera shake off, basically reduce head movement. I'll put it, I mean, it's okay if you want to do first person while you're in flight, a Tom Cruise 2, or is it Top Gun 2 type of feel. Look ahead. But what I do is I do go under controls to make it easier for you, the viewer. It's not good for, twitchy, but FPS, but I like keeping it around 14 on the smoothing, mouse smoothing, and I even add a little acceleration delay, sometimes a little bit more, but I think that's good there. So those are the basic ones. You can mess with the curves, all that, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just doing the basic stuff. Now under graphics, here we go. First off, I'm going to go into music, kill the music, and I'm playing other music, Star Citizen music in the background, just to add ambience. And full screen, I get rid of it. Now, the reason why I get rid of it, sure, it might get a little performance hit, but I don't mind it. I also get rid of VSync. I set it to fast VSync in the NVIDIA control panel so that there's less tears when I'm streaming to the Elgato video capture card. And I'm going to go full screen windowed and say yes. So that's pretty much it. If you want to make it look a little cinematic, you can lower the gamma down and the brightness. But then, of course, unless you have an OLED, you're going to get a lot of crushed blacks, meaning there's not that much shades of gray for YouTube, which is kind of meh. Camera blur. And, of course, we also have... let's see. What else do we got? Let's see. Yeah. Well, we also have here some basic things. Microphone volume, if you've had it. Mute microphone. Realtek microphone line in is what I'm using. I'll put that there. That's if you want to use in-game VoIP. Head tracking. I do have track IR, so I'm using that. And I'll leave that. Head tracking, auto recalibrate, sure, why not? Disable while unseated, no. Disable on FPS, no. Disable during a mobiGlass, no. Some basic things. I like setting the camera to 60 FPS. I use the Brio 4K, and they have the new Brio that's out, and it apparently has a light and infrared sensor now. So they've upgraded the Brio, which is quite nice. I think that's good enough. No time to calibrate. Now let's go to the key bindings. Lots of new key bindings, as you can see. And this has been updated according to what I've seen Board Gamer comment on. And of course, Noobifier as well. If you follow them on YouTube. There's also Morphologist. He mentioned a few things of this. There's lots of great streamers, content creators that you should check out. Now, movement, flight movement. Right now, it's by default the mouse. So let's just get rid of it. You just left click with your mouse and right click. Gone. I leave everything else. Speed is probably where I'm going to run into a little of an issue. Acceleration limiter, limiter halt, decoupled, strafe up, strafe down. I use the up and down. Forward, strafe forward, backwards. Speed limiter. I don't use that. I don't use that at all. Cruise control, toggle, leave it alone. Okay, so now this is something else I also do is the flight view. Look left, look right. I like using the mouse. So that's already in there by default. Good. So let's go and keep it simple. Now, once you have vJoy running, as you can see at the bottom left-hand side. Oops. There we go. There we go. Right here, you have it running. And what it allows you to do is, let's go under options again, key bindings, advanced controls, and flight movement. And you could also do it on the ground movement if you wanted to. Pitch. So you go to pitch, okay? If you were just double click on it and move the mouse itself, it wouldn't do anything. Like the 6 degree of freedom mouse. So what you have to do is you have to hold down Control. You have to hold down Alt and press S. It brings up this little menu. And all you have to do, it's kind of a hit and miss. This is what I do, right? It might not be the most efficient way. So I double click And of course, it kind of adds whatever it wants. But notice it has a countdown. So when you initiate the movement on the mouse, okay, whether it's Y or up or down or pitch or yaw, it takes it does a 4-second countdown, and then it moves it for you. And hopefully you don't make any moves, because, you know, the mouse is a pain. So I'm just going to double click. Oh, yeah, it didn't take it. I don't want it to move. So what I'm going to do is pitch. I'm just going to roll forward, pitch down, and then I'm going to double click. There. And say yes. All right. So, and yaw, same thing. Go here. I'm going to yaw ahead of time. And just watch it count down. Double click. Didn't work. I'll try that again. That was my mouse moving. So yaw. There it is again. There it is. All right. So I got that. And now I get the roll. So I will roll. It doesn't matter left or right. It doesn't really matter. You just have to let it count down, and it's going to send the command. That didn't work well. Okay, let's try this again. It is kind of finicky. It didn't take. Oh, that's my mouse. Well, that's pretty much what you do. And you go each of them one at a time, and eventually it will work. I just want to see what happens. I'm going to say no to this. I'm going to try it again. Nope. I will try it again. Nope, that's my mouse movement. Oh. It's really a tricky thing. I wonder if I can just flip my mouse upside down and use my enter key. Nope. Unfortunately. It's been a while since I did this. But yeah, you could, like I said, you could edit the file itself, or you can do this. Wow, I didn't even move the mouse and it did that. No, yeah. Interesting. And then when you're done, you hold down the left control, press X, and, left control, right Alt, and press S, and it makes it disappear. So if there's any questions in regards on how to do this, feel free. If you do have a problem with that configuration, I do have a solution. What I will do is quit this, and I will go into my folder and show you quickly. Robert Space Industries, Star Citizen, Live. And under user and controls mapping. So you can bring something in here. And what I tend to do, if it works, that is, because it might not bind the same way, is I have this miscellaneous and I have controls here. Mappings. Maybe that's not the one. Default. These are the profiles. Where did I put the controls? Maybe it's on my desktop. It's hard to say. But I do have them. And then I just load them into the folder, controls, and load them within the client. So if you have any questions in regards to that, feel free to post at the bottom of the link. I will end this session just so we keep it simple, short. And I'm going to start another live stream in about 10 minutes. And if you wish to join me then, please do. Valvik and Lucius, thank you for joining me and jumping in chat. And Ill-Gotten Gains, of course. Johan, thank you. And Wash. I can't finish that one. Hey, Stoner. And The Possible. Hey, Sataro. It's that dude, by the way. It's The Possible. Excellent. Now, again, if you have any questions, feel free to put a few questions, comments, share with your friends. Let's get people in using this, because I would love it to just be natively supported. honestly. It's like I don't have any special, I'm not loading any special drivers for this, except for vJoy. You could load the drivers for this, and it works for specific, like if you're using Google Maps and you want to fly, you can use this, which is a lot like flying in Star Citizen. Yeah. So I will be back, and thank you for joining me in this day's session.